how I found the best endometriosis specialist. Now, many of you have been asking me repeatedly who my endometriosis consultant was, who performed my excision surgery. Well, today's the day that I finally spill the beans. Now, surgery is serious, so it's important that I go through my decision-making process step by step. So let's get into it. Finding the right endometriosis specialist is like finding a diamond in the rough. And it's a very personal choice that should be made in conjunction with your individual case of endometriosis. So I'm going to share what my case of endometriosis involved and how that led me to choose the best endometriosis surgeon for me. My endometriosis was deep infiltrating and had multi-organ involvement. My ovary had a 5 centimeter endometrioma. My bowel had a 2 centimeter lesion. I had adhesions between my bowel and the back of my uterus, cervix, vagina, and ovary. And I had suspected endo lesions on the right side of my diaphragm. And that's just what the MRI picked up on. When I started searching for a surgeon to handle my endometriosis, I knew that I needed someone with extensive endo experience, a multidisciplinary team, meaning a team of specialists of other organs, and 3 good surgical outcomes. Now, what were my core considerations? Number 1 would be my bowel. My bowel has been a mess for years, where I've experienced almost every single symptom under the sun. Because of the 2 centimeter lesion, I was told that a resection may be a possibility. Therefore, I needed to understand the risks involved and the surgeon's stoma rates. My second consideration was my diaphragm. Diaphragmatic endo is the most common form of thoracic endometriosis. I had symptoms and suspicions and therefore needed to know if the surgeon had specialists within their team who could help tend to my diaphragm. Number 3, my fertility. It's very important to me. I want to maintain and even optimize my fertility, not just for potential baby making, but for my overall health and longevity. And my final and 4th consideration was surgical technique. Robotic assisted laparoscopy is famed for its precision, and it's said to be less invasive than surgery performed manually. Less invasive should equal less pain and a quicker recovery. So I decided that I wanted a surgeon who could work the robot. Based on all of those factors, the surgeon I decided on was Mr. Denis Tsepov. Mr. Denis Tsepov is an endometriosis specialist based in the UK. He operates at various London hospitals and he's private practice only. Why did I choose Denis? Firstly, he's BSGE accredited. Secondly, he was highly recommended by his peers. Thirdly, he has extremely positive reviews online from his patients. He works in partnership with multidiscipline experts for multi-organ surgeries, and he and his team are certified robotic Da Vinci console surgeons, meaning they can all perform robotic assisted surgery. On top of all that, Mr. Tsepov performs approximately 145 surgeries per year for endometriosis, fibroids and benign hysterectomies, and in the last year alone, he and his team have performed almost 90 multidisciplinary robotic procedures for severe deep infiltrating endometriosis. He also teaches advanced robotic surgery techniques across the UK and Europe and has received awards for his surgeries. Extremely impressive. Now, all of those credentials are extremely important, but I've met with other specialists who, let's say, have similar status. I chose Mr. Tsepov because of his character and his approach. Despite his very intimidating degree of expertise, Denis is actually very down to earth. After years, and I mean years, of NHS medical gaslighting, I felt safe in his presence. He was very clear in his communication. It became immediately apparent just how knowledgeable and experienced he is when it comes to endometriosis. He acknowledged diaphragmatic endometriosis right off the bat, without me needing to plead my case. He was so thorough, taking the time to go through all of the documents I'd shared, previous MRI scans, my symptom journaling, and he answered all of my questions and concerns. He even investigated my condition, running blood and urine tests which showed up a UTI I didn't know I had, and referring me for a comprehensive MRI. Before before making any concrete surgical plans, and he ensured that I understood the realities of my surgery. I was part of the surgery conversation the entire time. I was never, not once, dictated to nor dismissed. I then went on to meet with several consultants, including Mr. Danilo Miskovic, the colorectal specialist, and Mr. Vincent Yip, the hepatobiliary specialist. Both were just as approachable and knowledgeable in their field of expertise. Both Mr. Miskovic and Mr. Yip were Mr. Sepov's co-surgeons for my surgery, and were assuring in how they described the way they work together as a team to treat endometriosis under Mr. Sepov's guidance. But it's not just about the surgeons. I also have to give credit to Mr. Sepov's practice manager, Nadia, who was extremely efficient in handling my queries, my appointment bookings, and coordinating my surgery. Now that might sound trivial and expected, but when you've had to engage with several medical secretaries who you're constantly chasing up, which doesn't seem right as a self-paying patient, you'll know just how important it is when your case is being administratively handled by a pro. Then we have Mr. Sepov's nurse, Vicky. What can I say about this woman to do her justice? You know, when you're younger and you have this belief that all nurses become nurses because it was their calling, and then you grow up and you realize that in the majority of cases, that's not exactly why they join the profession. Well, if you're fortunate enough to meet Vicky, you'll know that you're in the presence of someone who's in true alignment with their work. You'll feel it. She was at every single appointment. She came to see me at hospital, and she always met me with warmth, empathy, and helpful advice. She is a true endometriosis nurse. She's the best. I wanted to wait until I was at least 8 weeks post-surgery before revealing my surgeon. I know how seriously women with endometriosis take specialist recommendations, and so I didn't really think it was rational to share mine until I was quote unquote out of the woods. So here I am after excision surgery of severe stage 4 endo, including from my diaphragm, after a bowel resection and the removal of an endometrioma with my ovary left intact, and I'm recovering better than I ever could have imagined. Thank the Lord. If you have any questions about Mr. Sepov, his co-surgeons, or my surgery, let me know in the comments and I may well do a follow-up post.